You ever need that like post-lunch pick-me-up? That's what these are for me. V8 energy drinks. This is the peach mango. This is not a sponsored video. And it has the same caffeine level as like a green tea. So this is what I like to have after lunch or with lunch, but also a lot of water. You can see I drink these giant waters. Anyway, welcome back to the channel. My name is Micah, and this channel is pivoting because my life is changing. The video before this where I talked about the garage office, my garage office is no more. It is actually being renovated right now. You can hear the hammers if you listen carefully. This channel is making a pivot. So what I want to talk about today is really geared at people who it would really benefit them to network, benefit them personally in their business life, in their entrepreneurial pursuits. It would benefit them to network. Now, I've never considered myself a networker. My best friend, Paul, he is a networker by personality. He's outgoing. He really loves to enter a room and be that person to bring the entertainment to the room. And I've always been a little bit more like sit back behind the scenes in that respect. Even though I was a pastor and spoke from stage, I also enjoyed being off stage. In fact, the church now that we're attending, Prodigal Church, I'm enjoying a season of being out of the spotlight, and I'm volunteering, and I'm like running sound on some Sundays. That is so loud. So I've never been that networking type. However, if I was put into the right circumstance, maybe a conference or a professional conference or something, I would network like crazy. Not because I'm natural at it. It's a learned behavior for me, but because I know about its importance. That whole idea, it's not what you know, it's who you know. It's very true in a lot of circumstances, a lot of situations. I've been a part or have been invited to a lot of different kinds of networking groups. Some networking groups are not really helpful for me. You could kind of tell when you enter the room if the networking event is gonna be helpful for you. Does everybody face inward? Or do they also face outward? Like if people are just clumped together in circles and not sort of half circle, that to me is an indication that I'm not able to break into that conversation and introduce myself to that conversation. My first opportunity of breaking in, and my first experience with breaking into a community or a group that was hard for me to break into was in junior high. I decided to change my friend group suddenly because I felt like my friend group was not, well, I felt like it was lame, and we didn't really know each other. We didn't hang out outside of school, and so I didn't feel a strong connection. So I decided, I saw people that had a strong friend group, and I decided I want to go hang out with them. I made a decision. And so what did I do? Well, lunchtime, break time, I just started standing next to them. I started talking to one of them. I started talking to another one. And pretty soon, before you knew it, I had entered the friend group without ever being invited into the friend group. I just sort of inserted myself into that. And that is sort of what networking is for most places. But I was invited last week to a networking event that was completely online through Zoom, which I enjoy that structure. And it was a BNI group. Now, BNI, people have different experiences with it. Some people think it's crazy. Some people think it's genius. I think it's somewhere in between. And it's a tool that can be used to help you grow your network and your business. I'm considering joining this BNI group. What that means is I would pay a one-time application fee, and then I would pay a yearly fee to be a part of the group. They meet every Friday morning. So the BNI group, Business Networking International. What I liked about it, because I visited last week, what I liked about it was that, you know, everybody had an opportunity. It was a visitor's day, so they kind of structured it that way. But everybody had an opportunity to do like a 30-second or a 60-second pitch to everybody, tell everybody what you do. And these are all professionals. And so depending on your business and your industry, it could be really, really useful because these become your marketing team in a way. If they know, if you've educated them on what you do as a business, and as they're making connections, they're looking to resource other people inside their BNI group because they're a team together trying to help each other in their business. And what's unique about this group is that there's only one of every profession allowed inside that particular group. So that exclusivity brings value. And the idea that you have to pay to be a part of this group means that you've paid for an audience, and there are sort of guidelines or rules to ensure that people show up. So every week, people are gonna be there. It's not gonna be, are they gonna show up or not? Because they've paid to be a part of this, and they wanna continue being a part of this because it blesses their business. I don't know if this is helpful to you, but I recommend, if you are in a business of some kind, if you are running a business, if you are an entrepreneur, figure out, how do you network best? For me, the structure of that Zoom call and this BNI group, I think it's really good for me. But my number one source of networking so far in our business, Dream Support, which is a virtual assistant agency, we provide virtual assistants to busy leaders and entrepreneurs to get their life and time back and get their focus back so that they're not stuck in the details of the business. For me, the best resource has been text referrals or email referrals from our current clients. I ran a couple of ads on Facebook, and all I got was junk, like awful leads, like leads that would never convert, because what I realized is, even though Facebook ads are really powerful for certain things, here's what I know. Most of our clients don't hang out on Facebook. They're too busy for that. Most of our clients don't hang out on Instagram. They're too busy for that. Our virtual assistants do, absolutely. Our virtual assistants are running those things for their clients. So they're the ones hanging out there. So running social ads doesn't actually get me in front of my ideal client, and neither does YouTube. But maybe this is helpful for you as a business owner to think through, how do I best network? Is it through my current clientele? If you have no clientele, you need to join something like a chamber or a BNI or some sort of a business, networking opportunity. And there's plenty in like every city. So you got to find your people, the people who are going to help you find your ideal client. You got to be friends with those people. You've got to cultivate those relationships so that when they're in front of someone else, and maybe it's their current clientele, they are able to offer a new offering through you, or they're able to say, hey, you need this. I know someone who does that well. Trust me, you're going to want to talk to this person. And then you're able to make a connection. Not only do they need the service already, but they know who you are based on someone who knows you and your work. That's what networking is all about. I think the thing that I'm struggling with joining the BNI group is this question: what can I bring to the group? Because I think I need to bring referrals also. If I'm going to take from the group, I need to bring to the group. And so I'm trying to figure out, how do I do that? I know I can receive value from the group, but how can I give value to the group? If you have an opinion on that, you've had an experience with BNI, I'd love to hear about that. Or what is the best way that you have found to network? God bless you, and I'll see you in the next one. Not sponsored.